Welcome everybody to another episode of Preston's Monthly Reviews, and it's now monthly review of August, so we're going to be taking a look at August and see how far the channel's come, updates and a little bit of news, etc. So let's check it out and see what we've got. Okay, so I don't think this episode would be too long for you guys today, but I've got a few things I would like to cover to you. A couple of shout outs, some information, and obviously our monthly poll. So we'll start from the beginning on with my list, with my notes in front of me. So first of all, a new gaming series is being developed. We've got to look forward to Star Trek Online. For all those sci-fi fans out there, I have started a new character playthrough on Star Trek Online. Been playing the game since 2010, so I am quite an experienced and long-term player, but I haven't played the game for a very, very long time. So I thought to myself, well, why not actually get off my backside and start a new character and record the series instead? So you've got that to look forward to. I won't give you any spoilers just yet, but I will say it's a Romulan character. I will say that's the series that I've been doing, so it's really, really good. I'm really enjoying it, so I'm really hoping you guys will join me for that one. Obviously Star Trek Online is an online game. It's obviously I'm playing through the story with this character. I'm playing through obviously the missions and trying my best to make it into sort of a series, like on the television sort of series, but best I can with the what I've got. So please join me for that one. I'm hoping you guys will enjoy it, and of course I welcome any feedback that you guys give me. I haven't forgotten about a couple of other things. Either there is more Horizon Zero Dawn and South Park on its way, so please stay tuned for that. So I know the South Park one was quite popular, especially the shorts. I love South Park. I think South Park's brilliant, so I really, really look forward to doing more South Park. I'm hoping there'll be some episodes for September for you guys to enjoy. And Horizon Zero Dawn 2, I like this game. I've been enjoying playing this game, so I'm hoping again in September there'll be some more episodes coming out for that as well. With regards to episodes on these sort of things, with Dark Tide, I've been doing mega episodes, so they're more than an hour long. Based on the last, I can't remember which poll it was. I think it was a couple of polls ago. I asked people what they wanted in terms of duration, and in terms of 15 minutes, half an hour, and an hour or more. I think for me, it obviously depends on what you're doing and what video you're making. My AI explainers that I've been using have been doing alright, they've been doing pretty well. Don't need to be longer than 10 minutes. They're literally just little 10-minute explainer videos. There's something to like a break time or something if you want to learn about something that I've obviously made for, then it's there, you can have a little watch. When it comes to history ones are a bit like a documentary, so I think they need to be a little longer. They can vary. I'd say half an hour is a good milestone. The longest one I did was about Britain. I think it was about an hour long. I think, again, memory serves me incorrectly maybe, but I think the Philippines was about 25 minutes. No reason why, just the fact that information I could find, and some of the segments that I made were longer. It's just the way it fell. But I am trying to listen to the community. I'm trying to make some longer episodes for you guys to enjoy. I'm going to be seeing how well they do. I want to see how well they operate and the average view duration, etc. I want to see how well they do. So I'm in the process of making a few more. So I think on the next episode of Horizon Zero Dawn and South Park, I'm going to make them a little bit longer than an hour to see what you guys think and see if you enjoy them. So stay tuned. There is plenty of Dark Tide, Warhammer Dark Tide mega episodes coming. I've met some fantastic people playing this game, and it's a game you can just jump into, so it's really quick and easy set up, and you just can jump into a game. So I've made a couple of great episodes with these guys, and it's on all Havoc missions, high level Havoc. It's crazy. So, but they are anywhere from about 2 hours to 3 hours long each episode. So if you really want to watch some madness, first person shooter madness, fighting forces of chaos in the Warhammer universe, then these episodes are for you. So check them out and let me know what you think. So the other things coming up we've got, so I mentioned about the last poll about a podcast. So a podcast is being set up. At the moment it's on paper. I want to do this properly. As I said before, I don't really have the resources to do it in the sense of proper studios. I'd love to have a studio and I'd love to be that environment, but unfortunately I'm not quite there yet. So what we're doing is I've been linking up with a few people, separate podcasts. So from my channel to have a podcast where we would obviously discuss several different topics. It doesn't have to be strictly a podcast about one topic. We would discuss different topics, different times. And I believe last episode I mentioned this. So I am writing something on paper. I'm in communication with a gent in Canada, and his name is Vincent. So I've been checking him out as well. We've been touching base. So there will be something set between us at some point in the near future. I'm hoping to get this done by the end of this year. I'm hoping to get it done by the end of this year. I will have more time by the end of this year, but there's no rush for this. I want to get it done. I want to get something in the pipeline. I want to get something developed. I've got a script that I'm currently, I won't call it a script, I'll call it a program. Something that, the topics we'll be talking about, and the rough duration, how long, the usual kind of like plan that you make for a podcast. I'm in the process of making something, so stick with us. Something will come along. So this goes on to something else about that's quite important. I think it's quite important about people, and as your channel grows and as you grow as a person. It's good and bad in its own right, but it's learning to accept change and the differences as you progress. I mean, my channel was literally very, very small a long time ago, and it's grown massively. I still can't believe how much it's grown, but it's grown. And as you grow and your life changes, your real personal life and your professional life in the real world, as we live in now, changes. People around you change, and the relationships change, and it's difficult to kind of put across, but you'll notice yourself as you grow older. It's like when you're kids at school, you think your mates are everything at school. You think when you're there, you'll know them for life. You'll always be with them for life. There is no difference. But when you leave school and you start work or you move, that all changes. Maybe one or two you'll keep in touch with, but in general, it all changes. And you're at the time your world is turned upside down, and you like, what's going on? This is a sort of similar effect when it comes to being a YouTuber and being a content creator, a social I'm going to call it influencer. These things do happen. And I remember many years ago when I first started watching a lot of YouTube, there were a couple of channels that I used to watch. Was Frankie on PC, and it was Jack Frags, and they used to play DayZ together, the mod on Arma 2, DayZ Arma mod together. They were always paired together quite well. They're really good players, and their channels are huge. Their channels are so successful, it's unbelievable. But they're really good at what they do, and they used to play together. And I think they had somebody called Sardar with them, I believe. Ironically, I didn't check this guy's channel out, but I think his name was Sardar. But in any case, this Frankie on PC and Jack Frags, they didn't play together anymore. And I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe they just grew apart. Maybe they had their differences, or maybe they had a bit of a falling out. But they grew apart. And when I used to watch DayZ with Frankie on PC, Jack Frags wasn't there anymore. And I'm pretty certain it was Jack Frags. I really am certain it was Jack Frags. They never used to play together anymore, and it was a question of why, and I never really looked it up. But the point I'm making is that the people that I've associated with historically, not that we've necessarily fallen out or there's any sort of animosity between us. No, we just do different things. You do different things, and you play different games, and one man's life to another man's is completely different, even though you're mentally very the same. You've got the same morals, the same ambitions, the same sort of compass of where you want to go with your life. Sometimes life just changes for you, and my life is it's busy. I'm a full-time working man. I'm a father, so things do get in the way, and that's why I've had to reduce my content days from like every day to every other day to 3 times a week, now twice. It's just one of those things, and it will pick up in the future depending on my schedule. But don't be afraid to accept that as your channel grows and as you develop, as you expand and as you experiment with new things, that it is inevitable that some people are just going to get left behind, or some people are just not going to be happy with the path they're taking, or you might not be happy with the path they're taking, and you're going to take side steps. It doesn't mean necessarily you're going to fall out. It's just one of those things. So it's life. It's life. So just don't worry about it too much. As long as you look yourself in the mirror every day and you've done what you think is right, and you're not necessarily deliberately going around and hurt anybody else, and don't worry about it. Don't worry about it too much. So with that next bit, life comes first. This everything we do on social media and YouTube is real footage captured, of course, but your real life comes first. Where you are now, like where I am here in my room, and my family with me, and my job and all that real life comes first. It does come first. So we need to make that as a priority. You know, don't do this to the point where you destroy yourself. And I have said this a long time ago in one of my previous monthly reviews, and it's true. It's true. I put a lot of work into this channel. I put a lot of love and passion into this channel. And some days you do sit there and think, oh, yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired. It's not that I don't enjoy it. It's just you're tired. It's been a long day, you know. And after you've finished doing what you're doing, you've made so many recordings, and editing takes so long. It does take it out of you. It does take it out of you. So that don't. You know, real life comes first. Take a break, you know, go on a small holiday, take your kids to the park, you know, or take them out for food, or take your missus or your fella, whatever you're doing, your family orientation is, you know, spend some time with them. So don't be afraid to do that. So yeah. Right, so the monthly polls. Now I've got an apology to make. I didn't do a monthly poll last month. I kind of messed up. The monthly poll that was due that month. Actually, I've scheduled for this month is in beginning of September. So I apologise for that. I'm pretty sure I missed a month. I did something. I'm pretty sure I did. Again, it's been very busy and I've lost track of a few things. So I'm just going to chuck the apology out there anyway, just in case. But there will be another monthly poll. I'm going to say it to you guys now to give you a heads up. So we've got podcasts that we mentioned about this channel expanding into a podcast. And again, you can turn and say, well, you just said you haven't got a lot of time. And this is true, but obviously things will be a bit more spaced out, so in 1 month we may have a couple of episodes of this game, a couple of episodes like this subject, or we might have an episode about that game and then another episode of, I don't know, AI explain a video about this. So there's a bit more options available for everybody to enjoy, but it's just always exploring the avenues of what people would like and what I'd like to do. And one of them was reaction videos. I keep in touch with what's going on in the world, and I'm quite opinionated individual. I'm not arrogant. I'm not somebody who thinks my opinion is the best. You know, I'm always right. That's not how I work. But I've got, you know, as I grow in life and I experience all this, especially stuff's going on today with Europe. Again, I know I have to be very careful what I say, but especially what's going on with Europe, and because I live in England, and excuse me, and all these different things that are happening. Everyone's got an opinion. And there's a couple of YouTube channels that I've watched historically, and this is all being discussed, and they do quite well. And I think to myself, well, I'd like to have a situation where, you know, obviously you, my fellow subscribers out there, you know, you may ask yourself, well, what does he think? You know, he's got a reasonably sized channel. You know, what if he was to have an opinion about these things? What does he think? And I'd like to share my views. Not like keep them respectful, but yeah, I'd like to share my views, and reaction videos to certain things would be quite good. So I'm thinking the next poll that will come up, I'd like you guys to answer it, which I will be putting up. That question is whether or not you think a reaction video section or a couple of reaction videos a month or once a month would be something you'd enjoy. I'd like to do it. I like podcasts. I like to do it. I'm quite a social creature. Outside in my own room, I'm quite they call it recluse. I like my own space. I like, you know, to be left alone. But when I'm outside with people, and I don't mind socialising, I'm quite a social creature. So I think maybe this might be an opportunity for me to use that social skills and that interaction to kind of generate something like this. So it's something I've been really thinking about quite strongly. So let me know what you think, guys, if you think that's going to be something you'd enjoy to watch as well. Of course, it also depends on the voice, the individual's voice. Sometimes you watch a YouTube channel and people's voices don't quite sound that they'd fit that role. So is my voice something that would fit that role? Let me know and see what you guys think. I'd like to hear your opinions. So got a couple of shout outs as well this month as well. So these shout outs, they don't know me. These guys don't know me at all. They don't know me. So but since I've been playing a lot of Star Trek Online, again, like I said, it's been a long time since I played the game. I wanted to actually learn a little bit more about the game, and I found these two guys' YouTube channels. Now, obviously, the few others I've checked out over the course of the month, but these two I've watched more heavily, and I want to give them a bit of credit for their work, because Star Trek is a niche subject, and not everybody is into it. Even where I work, there's only me and one other guy that's a bit quite a Star Trek nerd. We'll call him Star Trek or Star Wars Star Trek nerd. So it gives me a lot of respect for people that focus and actually do quite well and quite successful on channels that specialise in a niche. And if you remember, quite a while back I did mention about if you make a YouTube channel, say was it model trains or train spotting or plane spotting, something very, very niche, something very specific, your channel might not do very, very well in terms of the amount of subscribers you get, but the subscribers you do get will be really focused in that topic, and obviously you'll get some popularity that way. The first one will be Stew1701. Now, this guy I think I found first. His channel is totally Star Trek focused, and you can see by his backdrop he's got a lot of ships everywhere, and he wears a top hat, he wears glasses. Now they say this guy doesn't know who the hell I am at all, but Stu, I've been watching a lot of your stuff recently now, and yeah, he does a lot. He does a lot of bundle reviews, ship reviews, and it's loadouts, etc. So it's very, very good. Very, very knowledgeable guy on the game, and very knowledgeable. I think he's probably knowledgeable on Star Trek in general. So kudos to you. Yeah, I think your channel's really good. I think it's really good, and the way you've got a good subscriber base. And I think the way you've put a lot of effort into your channel, and you obviously know what you're on about. It's very evident you know what you're on about. So keep up the good work, my friend. And if you ever see me on Star Trek Online, it's Preston 209. So you send me a message, and I'd like to maybe catch a game with you at some point, fly with you one day. The next guy is Casual SAB, and I think his name is S stands for Spencer. So Casual SAB, and you'll notice when who he is, because he goes, "Hello, Spencer here," and he'll start giving you the description of the video. This guy I have watched slightly more. I think he has more videos. I think they pop up a little bit more frequently. I think this guy's a guru. I think they're both gurus, to be fair. I think they're very, very good. I have more videos, and the depth he goes into is just unparalleled. And I've learned about the different loadouts, consoles, ships, the bundle sales, every time that he can keep updated about bundle sales. And Stu does too, to be fair as well. But very, very, very good. Very, very professional, very good. And he has a good subscriber base too. And you can learn about the game from him very, very quickly. So because I've been playing a lot of Star Trek Online, these two guys I've been watching quite a bit to get back into the knowledge of the game, learn about the game, learn about different things, and I think these guys deserve. If you are a Star Trek fan and you do play Star Trek Online, then these guys are worth checking out. Now, there are anyone I haven't mentioned that does Star Trek Online, let me know. Give me a shout out, let me know, leave a comment. It's like you exist, and I'll check you out, and I'll have a look, and I'll see about your videos, and I'll maybe I can learn something off you too. And even of channels that don't specifically do Star Trek Online, there are a lot of Star Trek fans out there that have done actual comparisons of ships, etc., based on the TV series and the films, which I think are pretty cool. I did check out one very recently, only very, very briefly. I do apologise, I really can't remember the channel's name, but there are some really good channels out there, and of course every game out there will have its own channel dedication, have its own. Somebody will be like South Park, the game for example. There will be somebody out there that will have done a South Park absolute focus channel. The only difference is with online games compared to like single player games, online games have a lot more longevity. Because it's ever developing and the community is so big, the channels that dedicate on that particular site will probably be more bigger, more successful than, let's say, if you just did South Park or let's say Mass Effect. Those games are fantastic, but once they reach a few years old and everyone's played them, everyone's played it multiple times, and people pretty much know most about the game. Anyway, so yeah, Casual SAB and Stew1701. I shall put their links of their channels and mentions down below, so go check them out. I shall also probably give Frankie on PC and Jack Frags a shout too. Great channels, amazing channels. I shall probably put a link to their channels. Not that you probably would need it, to be fair anyway. So these are fantastic channels too. They're doing loads of games. I mean, even Wellman watches Jack Frags a few times playing COD, and yeah, very skilled, very, very, very good, very, very good. So go check all these guys out and all that. And I should also leave, if I can find it, a link to Star Trek Online as well. So if you ever actually want to check the game out, it's very good. And I'll give you a couple of details about Star Trek Online. I won't do a full review because there's no point, but I'll just give you some basics. It is Star Trek. You've got all the ships from Star Trek, but if you're thinking that you'll get the same sort of fighting experience as in the films, then the one online is far faster, far quicker. And I've got with my ships, and the bombardment I've gone in with a single click of all my weapons would have dropped the shields and half destroyed the ship in the TV series and the films. The TV series and films is a lot slower. The combat's a lot slower, and ships can get damaged with about 3, 4, 5 phaser bursts and shields. Or I know it depends on weapon power and technology. I get that, but anyone that's watched the series would know that when ships face off each other, after about 2, maybe 3 volleys, then sparks start flying out the bridge, and people start blowing over consoles, and all this sort of stuff how it goes on. Obviously in the game that doesn't happen, and your ship can survive a massive beating before you really start having visual signs on your ship of damage. And obviously the enemy will be the same, but and it's far in the future. I believe Star Trek Online is quite far in the future in comparison to or different reality. Maybe it's a different universe or different timeline, but it's very big, very expanded. There are loads of different races that exist apart from your normal Romulans and Klingons, etc. There are an abundance of different races, and there are obviously these new things that are coming in all the time. And some of the expansions I think are great, really, really good, and some of them I think are a little bit, yeah, you're really reaching it, guys. You're clutching at straws here, guys. It's really but it is a good game. It's really fun, it's really good, and any ships, literally I think 90% of the ships that you would want to fly are there. Admittedly, some of them are behind paywalls. Yeah, you've got to buy Zen from the store. I think some of them are behind paywalls. So you've got to be a bit careful. You've got to be very selective what you want to get. And the problem with one thing I don't like about it is things are quite expensive. I think things are a bit expensive. Zen to buy is a bit expensive. It's a little bit expensive. I did spend a little bit of money on it, but it is a bit expensive. If you ever want to buy Zen, do not use Steam. Do not use Steam. Don't go through the Steam store and do it that way. Make sure you go to Arc Games, because you get bonus added onto it. You get more for your money. Alright, so I'm saying that now. In where I've looked at it, you get more for your money. So don't use Steam, don't go that way. Go to Arc Games themselves and buy the Zen off there. You get more for your money if you buy the bigger packs. Okay, if you buy the bigger packs. So the next part really is the future. So what plans are coming up for the next few months in a basic form. So fundamentally, more games. I know I've got a few things I'll catch up on. I know, again, there's like the Amiga volume series I need to do volume 3. That needs to come along. The Sleepy Cats is way behind, but that's such a big, I haven't got the room for it. What's happened is I haven't got the room on my hard drive because the file is so big I can't export it and make it at the moment. It's virtually done, but I can't export it, so I've got a lot of other editing to do to kind of make room for that. So Sleepy Cats is not urgent. I would like to make a volume 3, but that's in the pipeline. It's just stuck at the moment in time. We've obviously got South Park and more Horizon Zero Dawn come in. In terms of Battlefield, obviously Battlefield 6 is on beta, so I don't know, some weekends it's going to be released for beta, and I obviously haven't kept up to date with the latest dates that are available, but we did do one episode, and I will do another one at some point when available. When it comes to 2042, there's plenty more episodes of that coming up, so don't worry about that too much. There will be more episodes of that being generated and popping up on the channel, so don't worry about that too much. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of too many other games. I said South Park and Horizon Zero Dawn are coming. Battlefield 4, probably not. To be fair, probably not. I think, maybe I'll get 1 or 2 more in, but I think Battlefield 4 was very, very quiet when I was playing it, so I think Battlefield 4 will probably have to say goodbye to. Battlefield 5, yeah, I might try and get 1 or 2 more in. To be fair, I'd never say never, but I wouldn't say it's likely, but I will get back on it and see how popular. If it's busy, it's popular, then I will continue to maybe have a game or 2, but I will try and get you an episode at some point in the next couple of months at least. Just try and get you an episode, of course, if you guys enjoy that as well. We've got more Starfield coming up. Starfield is I love Starfield, so that will be coming up again. It's definitely on September, so we'll have another episode of Starfield. Without looking at my channel right now, obviously, other videos, but I am trying my best to keep up with things and keep videos flowing to you as much as possible. All I could ever ask from you guys is to continue to support me. Thank you so much for the support you guys give. Just keep watching my stuff, keep enjoying it, keep leaving comments, keep liking them. Just keep the love flowing. That's all I can ask for you guys. So I think really, as a monthly review, guys, that's really about it. And I hope you've enjoyed this month's review. The channel's really good. I'm enjoying it. It's time consuming, but I'm enjoying it. Life for me is changing all the time, but I'm enjoying what I do. I enjoy producing what I do, and I enjoy doing it not only for myself but for you guys too. And I really hope that you enjoy it too. But until then, everybody, I hope you guys take care and have a good one. I shall see you on the next one.